There's a pretty disturbing story from the International Business Times here. Hog farms spray pig urine, feces into air around North Carolina's black communities. Wow. All right, so listen to this. Residents in North Carolina are fighting back against one of the state's most prominent industries, hog farming. But the legislation may not be on their side. A group of lawmakers in the state passed House Bill 467, legislation that limits how much residents can collect in damages from hog farms. Hog farms in North Carolina dispose of pig feces and urine by spraying it untreated into the air where residents live. In response, nearly 500 of those residents, mostly African Americans from eastern North Carolina, brought a class action suit against Murphy Brown, the state's largest producer of hogs. The lawsuit has now made its way to federal court. Residents have said the process of waste disposal has caused health problems among those who live there. Not to mention the resulting smell limits their ability to be outside. The urine and feces produce chemicals like methane and ammonia, which smell akin to rotten eggs. Naeem Muhammad, organizing co-director for the North Carolina Environmental Justice Network, told Democracy Now!, and it's not just in the air. Quote, people have been forced off their wells because they were seeing remnants of the waste in their well waters by the coloring and odors coming out of their well water, Muhammad said. Residents said the odors caused immediate headaches, gagging, and other health problems, and said they couldn't even open their windows. Okay, I've never seen a clearer example of just flat out less concern for poor communities and communities of color. Yeah, dispose it and get rid of it over there in that neighborhood. You know what this reminded me of? It reminded me of, I think it was actually Rex Tillerson, who's now the Secretary of State. He was ExxonMobil CEO. He opposed fracking near his land that he owned, near his property. But he fights viciously when poor communities try to not have fracking and ban fracking around them. So he's for fracking if it's around poor people. He's against fracking if it's around him. How fucking convenient. Meanwhile, he makes these arguments like, there's nothing wrong with fracking. I'd have it by me. I was fine with that. I don't know what he's talking about. Okay, I'm against it by me. Because it poisons the water wells and has all these problems. Well, there's another example. It's a similar kind of thing. You take poor communities, communities of color, and you say, fuck it, whatever. Get rid of the pig urine and feces and spray it in the air by them. Untreated. And what's the main point here? Man, I've never seen a clear example of regulation. That's all that's fucking needed, man. That's all you need. You need regulations as to how to dispose of it, how to treat it, how to make it safe. How would the fucking libertarians respond to this? How would they respond to this? They're like, yeah, no, it's cool. Free market. Market takes care of itself. Well, here it is. Here's the company deciding what they want to do with the pig urine and feces, and it's basically spray it in black communities and poor communities. So, no, not okay. I hope that all the facts come out here, and I hope they get basic regulation, and I hope there's some restitution for all the people who were negatively affected by this, because I'm sure there are health problems associated with, and if it gets in your water, is that a horrible situation to be in. So, America 2017, pig urine and feces sprayed on poor people. Sums it up pretty well.